This is a very easy villager breeder that's fully automatic, and you can just leave it running in your world, generating tons of villagers that can be used for auto crop farms or trading halls, etc. I think you'll be very pleased when you build this in your world, so let's get going. Now, before we build the AFK villager breeder, it's probably smart you learn the mechanics behind villager breeding. So you may realise I'm holding a very specific amount of food items in my inventory. Well, this is the exact amount of food a villager needs to breed. 3 bread, 12 carrots, 12 potatoes, or 12 beetroot. The basic premise is as long as 2 villagers have enough food to give each other and an extra bed, they will breed. And it works on 2 different breeding mechanics, willingness and availability. So villagers will tend to breed more the more food you give them, and also trading will increase their willingness. And availability is if there are extra houses plus extra food plus extra beds, the villagers will naturally breed. Oh, by the way, if you've learned something new or liking the video so far, make sure to subscribe. So now that I've taught you everything you need to know about villager breeding, let me show you how to build an actual villager breeder. So before we start, these are all the items you'll need. You'll need 64 building blocks, you'll need 4 slabs, you'll need a hopper, you'll need 16 scaffolding, a lever, redstone dust, an oak fence, 12 glass, 2 chests, 1 dispenser, some powered rails, a detector rail, a whole bunch of minecarts, probably 64 to 128 bread, 2 villagers minimum, 4 beds, 4 carpet, and 4 trapdoors. And then once you've got this, you are ready to build the villager breeder. So the first step is actually find a good location for your villager breeder. I'm building it in this village just like this. I'm going to place a glass block down and then 3 more surrounding it in a square, and then I'm going to make this 3 tall on every single side, and that should be your 12 glass used up. So once you've done that, you want to place a slab on top of every single glass block until you've used all your 4 slabs. And then you can go ahead and place an oak fence down in the middle, but you want to make sure you place it on the slabs and not on the glass down below so it connects. Then you want to go ahead and place your beds down. You want to look to your right and place a bed, and then follow around in the pattern to make a nice square of beds. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure the pillow is actually on the corner block of this build. You want to make sure it's not on top of a slab. So as you can see here, the pillow is on the corner of every single block. Now you want to go and place your trapdoors down in the center of every single bed, facing the middle. You've got to ensure you are facing the middle when you place every single trapdoor, and you're just going to go around in a square like we've done before in every single one and place them. And like I said, you want to make sure it's facing to the center, so it should open and close in this direction for every single one. Now, once you've done this, you can place your carpet in the corner of each side, and this will be all 4 of your carpet used, and this is ultimately what your design should look like at the moment. And when you've built that, we need to build the underneath railway and redstone parts, so we just want to dig out a nice little area for you to actually place some rails and some redstone. Now I want my build to face to the left right now, so I want my railway to come outside the left hand side, so I'm going to build exactly where I'm building right here, and dig out these blocks. So you want to temporarily get rid of this glass here and replace this for a rail, and you want to make sure there's a 2 block gap, and then you can make sort of like this V railway design, just like this. You want to make sure it's going down in the center, and this is exactly what it looks like. Then you want to dig out these blocks here, and whatever you do, make sure you don't hurt the pussycat. Just get rid of these blocks, and you want 2 more rails down here, but you want to make sure that the second rail you place down actually faces up at an angle like this. And if you have achieved this, then you can go ahead and remove this rail up top, and then you can go and replace the glass that you actually just broke. And that is our rail system right there. It looks a little bit complex, but as long as you follow the steps, it's really easy. And obviously you can just build this railway line all the way out to wherever you want to take the villagers, and you can actually remove this one and just throw a detector rail there to power even more rails in the distance. Now, you want to remove this block here and the one to the right, and you can place a dispenser in that slot. And then once you've done that, you can head around the back, and we are going to break this block here so that we can connect a hopper to that dispenser. So break another block there, place the hopper, and we're going to just place a double chest on top of this. And with this double chest, we can actually just fill it completely with minecarts. Now, I've only got around 6 minecarts here, so they're going to go straight into the dispenser, but you can fill this with a lot more minecarts if you have them spare in your Minecraft world, and they're just going to dispense onto that rail quite easily. Now, you want to remove this block here and remove the block underneath the glass, place redstone on this block here, and then re-replace the block that you've just broke, and that is where your lever will live. And basically, when you flip the lever, a minecart will be dispensed out and pick up a villager, hopefully. And yeah, that's just how the system works. So I can put the minecart back into the chest, it'll go through the hopper into the dispenser and be ready to work in. So for this part, you can use any building block to get up. You can use ladders if you want, but I'm going to use scaffolding just because it's easier. And we're basically just going to spawn 2 villagers into this location here. You just want to push the villager to the side and place another one. And we have our 2 villagers up here. Now, obviously the villagers don't naturally spawn up here if you're not in creative like I've just been and got a spawn egg. So the way you can do it is actually build a little pathway up and then use rails to actually get a villager into a minecart and then send him up top. And then what you can do is literally just push the villager into the hole and break the minecart. And I'm going to show you a technique here that I used in a second, but all you have to do, put your powered rails down and then take it to the location of wherever you've got a villager trapped in a minecart, push him up top, break the minecart, and then shove him into the hole if you can, and all you need is 2 villagers. Another way you can do this is actually wait till night time comes, and then the villager will try and sleep in the bed, and then he will be locked and wake up into the system. So once you've actually got your villagers up there, you can go ahead and break this, because we don't need this anymore, and we can carry on with the actual villager breeder. So a lot of people make the mistake of throwing the food and the bread into the hole, which falls down sometimes because of the fence below. So I like to throw it off just to the side. It'll bounce because of the carpet, but as you can see, the villager's picking it up. So you can go ahead and throw the full stack just like this, and the villagers should pick it up and start trading them with each other and giving each other bread. You don't have to throw 2 stacks down. I only throw the second stack down if the villagers aren't breeding. But as you can see, within 10-15 seconds, the villagers are using heart animations to show they're actually going to be breeding, and hopefully soon enough, we should see a baby villager drop down and be bred into our villager breeder. And there he is. There's our first baby villager. Now, these villagers up top will continuously just breed every so often, and you'll have tons of villagers, which you can use for auto crop farms or trading halls, for example. And then after a little bit of time, as you can see, the baby villagers, once they've been bred, will all grow up into adult villagers, and then you can use these to transport them wherever you'd like. Now, this works by the lever dispensing a rail cart, and it actually picks the villagers up, and then it will send them away. It'll pick them up through the glass, and obviously you can extend this to wherever you'd like to wherever you want to hold your villagers. But let me show you how this works quickly. So all you have to do is flick the lever, and there you go. And then you can just do this as many times as you want. Each minecart will take 1 villager to its desired location. And obviously the villagers will not be able to escape because they're trapped in a minecart. Just make sure it's not nighttime because zombies can kill them. And that is basically how the villager breeder works. And as you can see, the 2 villagers up top are still looking at each other. They're still interested. So soon enough we'll be seeing more heart particles and a new baby will come. The reason I like to wait for the babies to grow up is because sometimes they can be pushed into this corner and the minecart won't pick them up sometimes. So it's much more efficient if you actually just wait for the babies to grow up into adults. And that is how the system works. Hopefully though you learned something new and you enjoyed the video. And now I'd highly recommend you click this video because you're going to miss out greatly if you don't. Have a nice day and I'll see you there.